whatever it is.
Trainables?
I think it's ready to just go to move on to Hero of the Web.
All right, please save us with the heroes of the web.
So this
Get us
tip
out of
off
this rut.
the comes from Muddy Junk. That's his screen name, of course. Muddy Junk.
You can group up with him, Joe.
And he
I'm
pointed
Muddy.
me to a thread on the official Mass Effect forums. The topic being what he calls blue alien poontang. And he says it's a nice mix of incoherent and pedantic. So, starting it off, user Vlee574. And mind you, this is for a game that hasn't been released yet. Fiction for it already exists. The official fiction, the Mass Effect novel, has been released. So, Vlee.
For those of you saying you cannot have sex with her as wrong, in the book it clearly states that the Asari are very skilled lovers. In other words, great in bed. They may not fall in love or be attracted to males, but that doesn't mean they don't enjoy having sex like everyone else. I assume they have all the correct tools as they breast, and they wouldn't be all that great in bed if they had no, well, you know what I mean.
Wins and Rings responds, okay, your shoemates are human and therefore respond positively to touch, whether it is from a human or another animal. Second, yes, petting is pleasurable for animals, but not necessarily sexual. Let's put it this way. Say there's an alien species out there who get really turned on by elbow rubs with their mate. That's their idea of foreplay. Estrogen and testosterone comes shooting out of their brain by the truckload. Well, if one of those aliens came up to a human and started rubbing elbows, the human may logically and intellectually know what's going on. But since it's not a turn-on for us, none of those pleasure hormones are love hormones. Our brain would not respond to some other species incompatible foreplay. Which is the reasoning behind some of the arguments with the Asari. If they're not sexual and are not wired to be sexual, they may not respond sexually, i.e. chemically, to acts, even though they may be technically, biologically, able to carry such acts out. The human is physically capable of rubbing elbows, but it's never going to make the human desire sex or have sexual release.
Oh my goodness.
that doesn't even comment, dude.
What is this in reference to?
You got to
Some aliens and
I don't even know it.
future science fiction author.
All I say to that is, you're some kooky midgets, pull the fingers out your ass and sniff the dookie digits.
I've seen that website.
Why are people having conversations like that?
But it's all like, and those were just like a few samples. I really could have read it for hours and hours because it's an enormous thread that just goes on, and it's not just two people going. It's not just those two buffoons going back and forth. But I mean, it's like seemingly everyone in the community sounding off because I mean, it's clearly important that you establish if you can have sexual. Like, why is it a question anyways? You're not going to fuck the Asari in Mass Effect when it comes out.
I like the guy who assumed that they had the proper tools. Based on what? They're fucking fictional. They don't exist.
He walked under one and counted the holes. What's going on there, man?
Yeah.
So, how do we go from there?
I don't know. I just want to kill myself after that.